English is not my first language, so ignore my mistakes. Disclaimer: all the character and incident are fictional, everything is imaginary in this FF, so don't compare it with the on left. It's just based on imagination, not on reality. When wake up, your eyes landed on your husband sleeping beside you. He was sleeping on a distance, there was a pillow between them, and he didn't like her very much, even though they had been married for 2 years. You finally break the silence and spoke, even though you know which kind of response you might get. Good morning. You softly spoke because you know he was not sleeping. He was just pretending at morning. He opened his eyes and before he looked at your eyes, he turned to other side. You both are married from 2 years, but actually it was not your marriage. He is close friend's son of your father. It was his marriage, but his bride didn't show up on his marriage day, so ended up you got married to him because your father insists you. And in these 2 years, he never gave you those rights a wife have. He treat you well, but it's not enough for you. You want him to treat you as his wife. But whenever this topic came between you both, he always say he doesn't like you. You clear your throat, Jungkook. I know that you doesn't like me, but at least you can try because he cut her words. If you already know, then why you are talking about it? You sat up because I want you to love me as your wife. You almost yelled. No one ever raised a voice in the front of him. He is known as a merciless mafia in his country. He shut his eyes and sat up, looking into your eyes and spoke. I didn't want you to force yourself for accepting this relation. 'Cause I know. So he make eye contact. Please. What? I can't understand. You know what I mean by that. No, blinking eyes and try to control your tears. I seriously can't understand. You still love him. He cleared his throat, and I didn't want you to spend your whole life with me when you love someone else. Now you can't control your tears. Listen to me. I move on from him, and I don't have any feelings for him, believes me. I'm serious in this relation with you. Since the day I got married to you, I'm not cheating on you. It's just you who still love your ex-fiance. He got up from the bed. There is nothing like that, Ryan. Then why? Why can't you accept me as your wife, huh? Why can't you love me as your wife? Stop forcing yourself, Ryan. He rolled his eyes and walked towards the bathroom. Ryan was in a relationship before her marriage. She is married to Jungkook just because of her father. Ryan's ex is now busy in his life. Even he got his new girlfriend some months ago, but Jungkook still think that you love your ex. But he tried to divorce you so many times cause in the start you tell him everything about you and your ex. That how much you was in love with him. He didn't want to force you for this relation, which is why he kept his distance and never came closer to you. He came out from bathroom and when he looked at you, you were crying. He couldn't stop himself and walked to you. Hey Ryan, why you are crying? Leave me alone. He take a deep breath. I know you are trying, but you don't have to. I know how you feel. I know how hard it is to forget the person you love since childhood. So you don't have to, Ryan. Just don't hurt yourself. He sat beside you. You looked up to his gaze with your teary eyes. You grabbed his collar and pulled him near your face. His eyes widened. His heart skipped a beat when you looked at his eyes. Your pink nose and cheeks were shining. I love you. I'm not saying I want my answer today. Take your time, but listen to me first. You are my husband, and I am in love with you. Do whatever you want, placing your finger in his chest, but make your heart fall for me, 'cause I'm your wife and I want all rights on you as a wife. And keep this thing in your mind, tapping on his forehead. Since the day I got married to you, I'm yours. Got it? You left the grip from his collar. I'm not scared from you, no matter if you are a mafia or something else. He paused there for some moments. Then he cleared his throat when you looked away. I'm getting late. He shudders for the first time in his life. He gets up, he fixes his tie. I'll be late tonight. No, I mean, I'll come early today because he almost forget what he was saying. Oh, yeah, Jocelyn invite us for dinner. Bye. He walked towards the door. You immediately get up from the bed. Your phone. You picked up his phone from the side table. He stopped and turned back. Oh, thanks. You walked to him. Bye. You smiled at him. He didn't smile back. He just lowered his gaze. Some hours later, you were sitting on the couch and scrolling your phone. He walked inside. His gaze landed on you. His heart skipped beat. He mostly doesn't admire you, 'cause he always thought you may be his wife, but he doesn't have any rights on you. He already knows how much you was in love with your boyfriend, so he always thought you still love him, and that's make him to keep this distance. He blinked his eyes, and at the first time in his life he was admiring you. He looked down on your lips and smiled sadly. You think I'm making distance from you because I still think about my ex-fiance? No, there is nothing like that, Ryan. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. He looked at your eyes. You were looking down. He bit his lips and walked to you. Ryan, when did you came home? Just some minutes ago. He bit his lips. He sat beside you. We had to go for dinner tonight, right? Blinking eyes. Yeah. Oh, then give me 5 minutes. He got up from couch, but he grabbed your wrist. Where are you going? Going to get ready? Ryan, I want to. You raise your eyebrows. Nothing. Go, take your time. I'm waiting here. You nodded. He left his grip on your wrist, so you went inside to your room. I wish I could tell you how much I love you, and I kept hiding it from you because I thought you still love him. How stupid it was. Just some minutes later, you came out from your room. He looked up, his jaw dropped. You were shining in darkness. He cleared his throat. You were gorgeous. You were not expecting this from him. Your eyes widened. What? Today he looks changed. I know my words affect on him, but I never knew that affects him this much. No, I mean, he immediately looked away. He was shuddering. You walked beside him. His sister came from Australia. Actually, she didn't came in his wedding. You already know he had a sister, but she doesn't live here. And today is the first time she came Korea. She hugged him. You smiled and looked at her. But her smile faded when she looked at you. You? Jungkook twisted his eyebrows when he heard her cold voice. She is my wife, Jocelyn. Yeah, fake smile. How are you, Miss Ryan? He squinted his eyes when he realized you already know your name. I'm fine. Come. Jungkook pulled a chair for you and you sat on it, but you felt your heart aches when Jocelyn's boyfriend walked out from her room. She immediately walked to him. He's my boyfriend. She was staring at you. Then she curled up her lips from the corner side. Jungkook looked at him. He controlled himself and held your hand under the table. Hi, blinking eyes, everyone. He was your ex-boyfriend who telling her about you but in a wrong way, while hiding thousands of things. We are in relationship for the past 5 years. You had ex again. 5 years? I'm living in a guilt because I hurt him. But he was already in relationship. He was cheated on me. He went abroad because he got his job, and there you got married 2 years ago. But he was in relationship with Jesslyn since the day he got his job. You clear your throat and look down. So that was the reason when I tell him about my marriage, he said not to contact him again. And I thought it was because he is upset because I hurt him. Jungkook knows about him and also you showed him his pictures. Ryan, come with me. I want to show you something. Okay, you get up, but Jungkook was still holding your hand. You turned your face back at him. He looked at her sister. Jocelyn, we have to go. No way. I'm not letting you go, Oppa. Please. It's not fair. Why suddenly you want to go? It's important. I will tell you later. He understands the situation. Not at all. You are not going anywhere. And you, Ryan, come with me. You were in the kitchen when she suddenly spoke. So you were that girl. You looked at her. What? So you were his ex who used him for money and then when you find another billionaire, then you left him. Oh, and that another billionaire is my brother. Shut up, okay? I got married to your brother 2 years ago and your boyfriend cheated on me. You complete your sentence and she give you hard slap on your cheeks cause now he exposed you, so you are trying to blaming him when it's all your fault. It's just you who are character. She heard Jungkook's voice. She startled before she completed her sentence. His eyes widened. He was coming inside when he heard everything. But when you was replying her, she slapped you. Jaslyn! He slapped her. How dare you? Her face turned other side. Then she spoke when she looked at him. Oppa, Marcus her. He shouted again. Apologize to her. He looked at you, grabbed your waist and pulled you closer. She is my wife and you should have to be in your limits. Now apologize to her. Oppa, you are my brother and taking her side? Because you are unaware from the truth. I'm sorry. She spoke while looking at you. Now listen to me. You are older enough to understand things. Now do whatever you want, but he is not a good man. Let's go, Ryan. He walked out along with you. He opened the door for you. You sat beside him. Are you alright? He kisses your cheeks with his one hand. You can't control your tears back. You started crying. He pulled you in his embrace. I'm sorry, Ryan. Why you are saying sorry? He broke the hug and wiped your tears for everything. I should have to give you all rights you deserve as a wife. I should have to treat you as my wife. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Because of Jesslyn. It's okay. We can start a new life as a couple if you are comfortable. If you didn't want, then it's okay. He chuckled. Of course I won't. You wrapped your arm around his neck and pressed your lips on his. He wrapped his arm around your waist and pulled you on his lap without breaking the kiss. And the end, tada, bye bye, take care, see you, love you, don't forget to subscribe my channel, bye bye.